What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Babymetal. Yes, indeed. Babymetal fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Andy LaRubin and Sean, and this is actually one of Sean's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Sean. I hope you enjoy the show as well as you, Andy. Funny story, Andy actually wanted to request this and use this for his prioritized request as a silver tier member, but Sean beat him to it by a day. It was literally a day apart. And I had to let Andy know, sorry, dude, someone's already requested this for their prioritized request. And he's like, oh, that's okay, I got another one. I was like, oh, good, I'm so glad you have a backup. So anyway, Andy and Sean both wanted to see me react to this. Now, I'm a little confused if I'm being honest with you. I really don't know what this is. The title of the video, this is the title of the video. Babymetal and Chad Smith 2016 Sue Metal Birthday.
What the hell?
Now, have I heard this, whatever this is, before? No, I have not. At least I don't think so. Look, they could very well be playing a song that I know. I don't know. I don't have a song title. So I don't know what this is. I may have seen this and heard this before. I may not have seen and heard this before. They may be doing a cover of a song. They may be doing an original song. I don't know. I just have the title of the video, so I don't know what's in the video. I will say this, when we start listening to this and I start watching it, if they're gonna do a song that I recognize, and I'm like, yeah, I know what this is, believe me when I say this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really have no idea what this is. I kind of wish I did. I wish I had some context. At least, I don't even know if there's even music in this. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. Posted by Metal Resistance. Okay, well that's good. It's not official. And the video has 460,864 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know what I'm getting into with this, so I guess we're gonna find out. Because here we go. All right, here we go. See what I mean? This is all I've got for the video. Babymetal and Chad Smith 2016 Sue Metal's Birthday. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm always a little hesitant when I go in blind on things like this, because I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's the surprise aspect, like, oh, it's gonna be a nice surprise, but then there's the other aspect of, hope it's not something I've already done before, or hope it's something I can actually air, hope it's something inappropriate. And I can't believe for 1 second that Babymetal and Chad Smith would be doing anything inappropriate, but I mean, look, you never know. You never know. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Now let's hit that play button. Let's spin the wheel. just did a reaction to this song not too long ago. In November. It's Judas Priest. Painkiller. Judas Priest Painkiller. I recognize that. Okay, so they're doing a cover. Interesting. All right. Okay. Boy, am I glad I did a reaction to that in November. Otherwise, let's think about this for a second. If I had not done that reaction in November, I would have no idea what this is. I would have no clue what this is. Oh man, talk about timing. Woo! Oh, I am so glad the Patreons voted for this on the Patreon request prioritization poll. I am so glad that they voted for Painkiller. Because if they hadn't, and I hadn't heard that song before, and this is the first time I heard it, I might think this is a Babymetal original. Oh, dear God. Wow. Talk about fate intervening. Okay. Wow. I did not see that coming. All right, let's keep going. Wow. I just had a thought. Wouldn't it be something if Rob Halford came out like from stage left and joined her? God, that would be cool. That would be awesome to see. You would think that if that were to happen, you would think they would put him in the title. So I don't see it happening, but God, wouldn't that be awesome if he did? I'm gonna be honest with you. The sound quality on this video is garbage. Let's be honest here, okay? It's absolute garbage. It's doing the best it can. Look, it's a phone. It's not a professional recording piece of equipment. It's not a professional camera. There's no professional mic on it. It's literally a cell phone, okay? And it's being seriously overdriven right now. But I am picking up the notes. I can hear it. I can hear the melody and stuff. It sounds like the band's doing a pretty good job from what I remember of the song. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. After I did the reaction to that Painkiller song, I went and I listened to that song. Now that's the only song I listened to off of that album, Painkiller. It was the title track because I did a reaction to it. I don't want to potentially ruin any other reactions to anything that could be requested later. So I'm forcing myself not to listen to the rest of the album. Okay. But I will say I dug that song in the reaction, and I dig it even more now. After listening to it a few more times, it got better. It got even better. The band sounds like they're doing the song justice. It sounds like they're playing it very accurately. Sue's vocals, she is not Rob Halford. Okay, she's not going to get the grit and growl. She's not going to get the Rob Halford voice. She's singing like Sue Metal would sing it. But I gotta say, she's hitting the notes. It's clean. You know, it's squeaky clean. But she's hitting the notes very well. So good on her. Good on her. There's more I want to say about her vocals, but I'll save it for later. Let's get back into this. Oh, look at Sue rocking out with Bo! Yeah, girl! sweep pick and they didn't do the guitar solo. I was hoping they were going to do that. Shoot. Got my hopes up. I loved seeing Sue rocking out with Bo. That made my day. I would love to see more of that. God dang it. One of my biggest gripes about Babymetal is there is this very clear, distinct separation between the band and the girls. I've always wanted to see the girls interact with the band and the band interact with the girls. That has been like my one big gripe about Babymetal. I don't think I've ever stated it, but seeing that happen right there, I can't hold my tongue any longer. They need to interact with each other more. Unfortunately, ever since the addition of those masks and the anonymity now, we don't even know who's under those masks anymore. We don't know. We really don't know. There could literally be anybody under those masks. That's the thing about costumes and masks. There's that level of anonymity. I've always wanted to see more interaction between the girls and the band. I always have. It was so good to see Sue rocking out with Bo. What would be really fun for me personally? This is just me. And listen, feel free to chime in and tell me what you think. I would love. Now, I got nothing against Moa. I got nothing against Yui. I know Yui's no longer with them, but I would love to see Sue Metal go on tour by herself with the Kami Band and do a tour. Not doing, well, maybe do a few Babymetal songs, maybe do a couple of Babymetal songs, but like pay tribute to front women and women-led rock groups of it throughout history. Maybe do a little bit of Heart. Maybe do a couple of songs from Joan Jett. Maybe do a couple of songs from Lita Ford. Maybe do a couple of songs from, I don't know how the Plasmatics would go over with Sue Metal, but it'd be fun to see her do her best Wendy O. Williams. Just don't dress like her. But, you know, do your best Wendy O. Williams. Why not? Maybe do a couple of Doro songs. That would be fun. But do like, a tribute to female-led bands. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, shoot. I think of some other one. There's so many. Here's the thing. They are literally flying by in my head right now. Or maybe not even metal. Maybe just rock. Maybe some Janis Joplin. Maybe some Jefferson Airplane. How about that? Or maybe go back to the 80s. How about Vixen? Maybe do some Vixen. Why not? Or how about Janet Gardner? Maybe she could do a couple of Janet Gardner songs. Why not? Look, you got all these options, right? It would be really good to see that. I think I would pay a ticket to go see that and see her interact with the Kami Band the way that a front woman should with a band. Why not? I think that'd be a blast. I'd buy a ticket. I would absolutely buy a ticket. Have Chad Smith be the drummer. Create a super group. Why not? Why not? Anyway, let's keep going here. Uh-oh. Here comes Yui and Mona with the flags. Oh my God, they're doing Breaking the Law. Okay. Wow. Oh, the camera work is killing me. I love how she puts the mic in front of, but it's stage right. That's usually, stage right. It's usually Moa from what I read in the comments. She puts the mic in front of Moa's mouth and Moa looks at the mic like, what do you want me to do? What a great live moment. Okay, so we did like the first third of Painkiller, and now we're doing Breaking the Law. I dig it. So how much of an, I'm just curious, how much of an influence was Judas Priest on Babymetal? Because look, it's one thing to do one song from them as a cover, but when you pick two songs from the same band and you create like a medley of sorts, that's just not picking a random song out and doing it as a cover. There's reason for that. There's purpose behind that. So like I said, I know there are people out there who know way more about Babymetal than I do. Like encyclopedias, living, walking, talking, breathing encyclopedias of Babymetal. For those of you that are one of those people, how much of an influence was Judas Priest on Babymetal? Like I said, they would pick a medley. Picking one song by coincidence, okay, I could accept that. Making a medley, no. There's no coincidence there. There's no way there's a coincidence there. I wonder, there's enough time. I wonder if there's a third song they're going to do. Because Breaking the Law is only like a two, if you go at a good tempo, good speed, Breaking the Law is only like a 3-minute long song, and we've already done like a minute of it. So there's still like an additional like 2.5 to 2 minutes. Are they going to do a third song? I don't know. You know what else I just noticed? Watching, I believe that's Yui, watching them together, there is no planned choreography. There's no choreography that's been worked out. They are literally winging it right now. And do you see the smiles? Not just on Yui, but on Sue as well, interacting with each other, flying by the seat of their pants, improvising, and just having fun with it. Listen, I am not opposed to their choreography. I understand it has its place. I understand it has its purpose. It looks great when they do it, but there's just no denying that when they're having fun, just improvising, just going with the flow, feeling the moment and acting accordingly, they're just living in the moment and having fun with it. There's no denying they are having fun with that. Absolutely having fun with that. They're not stressing and worrying about, okay, I got to put my arm out at this point, move it to this point, move it up and circle it around and out at this point. They're not worried about counts and beats. They're just living for the moment right now, man. And that is fun. That is a lot of fun. I can tell you from personal experience, dealing with blocking is one thing. And I understand the purpose of blocking. I do. You know, hitting your marks, hitting your points at the proper time. I get it. But I have way more fun when I'm on stage and I'm just allowed to do what I want to do whenever I want to do it. And I just go with the flow, man. It's less stressful. It's less thought processed. And I'll be honest with you, when you do it naturally, it feels more genuine. And I know it will come off as more genuine and more real and less fake. So I like watching them interact without the choreography, man. I do. It's fun. It's fun, man. Everybody's having a good time. It is Chet on vocals. guarantee you Rob Halford right now, if he were to see this, he'd be giving his nod of approval like, yeah, I approve. I guarantee you he would give them the nod of approval. Still 2.5 minutes. They could do another song. That's a bummer. I guarantee you Rob Halford would see this and he would give his nod of approval. He would say, yeah, they get it. These young kids, they get it. Still kind of wish he had come out on stage. But like I said, I know he wasn't going to be there. It's not in the title, so they would have, if he were there and he were going to come on stage, I guarantee you his name would be in this title. So that's a bummer. But I guarantee you if he ever saw this video, he would give his nod of approval. Absolutely, he would. Well, I mean, got 2.5 minutes. What the heck are they going to do? Are they going to do another song? Quickly, start another song. Quick. Living After Midnight. Yeah, Chad Metal. Woo! And there goes the band. Yay!
Today is our last day of our support tour.
Aww,
We
bittersweet.
truly appreciate the Red Hot Chili Peppers for having us.
I appreciate
Hope
that.
you enjoyed our show.
What is that? Okay, all right, I get the title. Sue Metal's birthday, the classic bring out the cake moment. Yes. Great job, Chad. I love this.
Hope you enjoyed our show.
Look at the surprise on their faces. Hi, Chad.
Babymetal's been on tour with us for all the UK. We love having them. They're amazing, beautiful, wonderful, talented people. Tomorrow is Sue Metal's birthday.
Oh, tomorrow.
Can we sing her a London happy birthday?
Hey.
Sue Metal.
Hey.
Make a wish.
Pull them out. Hey, she got them all. Oh, love those trick candles. Man, how cool is that? How cool is that? The headliner, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're the headliners, and Babymetal's the support. But Red Hot Chili Peppers, number one, took notice that it was Sue's birthday the next day. Now, they could have just, they're the headliners, right? I know a lot of headliner bands that would be like, big deal. They're the support act. So what? We got more important things to do. We got more important things to worry about. I know a lot of lead acts who have that kind of attitude. And, I get it. I understand why they think that way. But then again, at the same time, I don't. I'm just like, you could have a little consideration. How hard would it be, just to go on stage and at least, if nothing else, wish them happy birthday? Once again, Red Hot Chili Peppers going above and beyond. Coming out on stage, Chad coming out on stage in the full costume and makeup and playing with them. That's one thing. And then coming out, and I'm sure the whole band had a hand in this, and I'm sure the management had a hand in this as well. And I'm sure there was some communication between Red Hot Chili Peppers management and Babymetal's management. And I'm sure a lot of I's were dotted and T's were crossed to make this happen. But for the headliners to pay attention and then go above and beyond and do this. Get a cake, bring it out, have the whole crowd sing happy birthday. That's above and beyond, man. That's cool. That is so freaking cool of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man. Talk about pros. Because I guarantee you, they remember when they were the opening act. And they had, dates come up like this, and they were probably overlooked. They were probably just, brushed aside like, no one cares. And they probably remember that and how, crappy that made them feel. So they're going to take steps to go above and beyond and make sure that anyone that tours under them doesn't feel that way. How cool. How very cool of them to do that, man. They didn't have to, but they chose to. And that's awesome, man. Again, respect points. Higher and higher for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man. Good on them.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The trick candles were an extra nice touch. And they relit.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Travesty. Thank you so much. You have a beautiful voice. We wanna come back here. See you.
I've heard them do that several times now. That whole see you thing. I've seen and heard them do that see you thing a couple times now. At the end of Road to Resistance, when they did the Give Me Chocolate with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they did the same thing. They did the whole see you thing and then they walked off with the peace sign up in the air. Is that a thing? Is that something they do like every show? I don't know. I'm once again, walking, talking Babymetal encyclopedias that you are. Let me know. Is that something they do every show? Is that like their trademark ending? It's not a bad ending, actually. It's kind of effective. There's that finality to it. There's a finality to it, along with giving the hope and the preface of see you, meaning we'll see you again later. We'll be back, type of a feel, which gives the audience hope. It gives the audience that glimmer of hope that they will get a chance to see them again, which is always enlightening and not enlightening, but empowering and enheartening. So that was fun. That was fun, man. I don't know how I'm going to score this, though, if I'm being honest. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Babymetal and Chad Smith 2016 Sue Metal Birthday. This was a request from Andy LaRubin and Sean, and this was actually one of Sean's 3 prioritized requests for the month of December for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Sean. I hope you enjoyed the show, and you as well, Andy. And like I said, Andy actually did request this for his prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member, but Sean got it in just a day before Andy did. So, but luckily, Andy, being the suave pimp that he is, was like, "That's okay, let him have it. I got a new one. I got a backup." So, yeah, Andy, you suave pimp, you man, you were ready, weren't you? That's cool. I like it when I like it when people are prepared and they say, "You know what? That's okay. I don't need to think very long. Here is my second choice." How cool, man. Made my life very easy. I didn't have to sit around and wait for, 5 or 6 days waiting for him to pick a new one. So thank you very much, Andy, for being a good sport about it. Okay, I thought about this, and let me tell you, folks, I was up and down the scale with this. I was going down into the 7s. I was going up into the 9s. I was going down into the 8s. I was going back up into the 9s. I was going back down into the 7s. I was literally everywhere with this. I had to really think about this, and the reason I picked this score, there's one factor that came into play that made me decide on this score above and beyond any other score that I came up with, okay? This score stuck out, and it stuck out for a reason, and it was for one reason and one reason alone. And I will tell you what that one reason is when I give my review. Let me give my score first, though. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 9.0. Yep, 9.0. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this song deserves. Well, actually, it's not a song, is it? It's a video. So, yeah, the video deserves. It's the score that the video deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
There were a number of factors that I was taking into account here when it came to scores. And the reason that the score was fluctuating was a lot of those factors were good, and a lot of those factors were better, and a lot of those factors were outstanding. And there were other factors that were good. You know, there was no bad factors except one. Okay, so let's get that one out of the way. The sound quality on this was garbage. Can we just be honest here, okay? The sound quality on this video was absolute hot, stinking, smelly, sweaty garbage. It was horrible. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. And let's be honest, the camera work at times was less than stellar. It was nauseating at times. How much it was like the guy was having a seizure while he was filming. You know, but that aside, okay, like I said, that's the only negative. That aside, though, it was a nice surprise seeing, well, not even seeing, hearing the song selection. I am so thankful. I am so thankful that Judas Priest Painkiller won one of the Patreon request prioritization polls back for the month of November. Because if it had not won and I had not heard that song before, they would have played that song, and honest to God, I probably would have assumed that that is a Babymetal original song. I would not have thought for 1 second that that was Judas Priest. And for those of you that have not seen my reaction to Judas Priest Painkiller, I very highly recommend you go and watch it. You'll understand what I mean when I say that. It's over here somewhere on the channel. I don't know where it is. All you gotta do is search for on the channel. Just go into my channel and just search Painkiller. It'll be the only one that pops up. If I had not done a reaction to that song, I swear I would have thought this was a Babymetal original. Probably. I mean, I don't know what it would have been, but I would never have thought for a second that it was a Judas Priest song. So I am so glad I did a reaction to that song now when I did. Hearing that drum intro and then hearing the guitar riff come in, I was like, I recognize that. I know I've heard that, and I've heard it fairly recently. Judas Priest Painkiller, that's what it is. I've listened to the song a few times since the reaction. It's the only song I've listened to from the album, the Painkiller album, but I've listened to it like about 5 or 6 times now, and it's a great song. I like it even more now than when I listened to it on the original reaction. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to change my score. My score stands. But yeah, I like the song. I really like the song even more now. Hearing them play that was interesting. Watching Chad play that drum part was really cool. Great job on his part. The guitar playing on this, I really wish they had done the guitar solo. At least I wish they had done the sweep picking. God, that would have been cool to see. Sue's vocals on this. It wasn't Rob Halford. Okay, but look, who is? Who is Rob Halford other than Rob Halford? Who can sing like Rob Halford other than Rob Halford? You know, he's the only one that can really get the Rob Halford voice. I know a lot of people try, and a lot of people come close, but Rob's got a very distinct voice, man. You could pick his voice out of a crowd of 10,000, and you'll be able to distinct him without question. I will say she did a great job with her note accuracy. She was getting the right notes. She was singing like Sue Metal. She was singing it in a Sue Metal style. Very clean, very polished, accurate. kind of that sweetness to it that she has, you know, and it is, but she, at the same time, the power was there as well. So it was her. It didn't sound like Rob. It sounded like Sue, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I was just impressed that she was getting some of those notes. It was fun to watch her rocking out with Bo. I really wish, I talked about this during the reaction, I wish she would go on tour with the Kami band and she would just, you know, play a couple Babymetal songs that she does solo. You know, do like, you know, Rondo of Nightmare. That would be fun. That would be a good song to do. Pick a couple of her solo songs to throw in the mix, but do like a tribute to, you know, women of rock and metal. Do like, you know, a little bit of Heart, a little bit of Joan Jett. You do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Take a couple of songs from each some of the great artists, some of the great female front women in the world of rock and metal, and do like a tribute concert and do a whole tour and really get no choreography, no planned choreography. Just have her go out and interact with the band members, interact with the crowd, you know, be a true front woman rather than, you know, having to follow a choreography plan. You know what I mean? Just fly by the seat of her pants and have fun with it. I think that would be a lot of fun to see. I will go on record right now. If that ever happens, I will buy a ticket. I absolutely will buy a ticket, and I will go and see that because that's something I would love to see. For nothing, nor the reason to watch her just have fun, fly by the seat of her pants, interact with the band members, interact with the crowd on her terms, not on some choreographer's terms. You know what I mean? See what she can really do as a front woman on her own without any coaching or pre-framing or blocking. Just do her thing. I would absolutely pay a ticket to go see that and to hear her sing some of those legendary songs. I think she would do a great job. Going into, from Painkiller, going into Breaking the Law. Good song choice. Really good song choice. I would have gone Breaking the Law, or I would have done Living After Midnight. One of those two. Probably the two most, how should I say this? I'm not going to say popular. If we're talking about popular and familiarity, you would have to go with a song like, you know, You Got Another Thing Coming. Good choice with Breaking the Law, though. Very recognizable as well. Living After Midnight, also very recognizable. When they did kick into Breaking the Law, I was like, I recognized it almost immediately. I was like, there we go, Breaking the Law, very cool. Seeing Yui and Moa come out, stage left and stage right with the flags, that was nice. Again, band doing a great job playing the song, Chow on the drums, doing a great job knocking it out. Sue's vocals on it, knocking it out, having some fun with it. Not trying all the time to be super accurate, just doing a lot like what Rob Halford does, some spoken word even in there, just throwing it in there like, you don't know what it's like, you don't have a clue, you know, stuff like that. Just, you know, talking to the crowd and making the crowd feel, you know, like he's talking directly to them, which is really cool. It's a good thing to do with your crowd sometimes. But what really impressed me about that part was watching Sue interacting with Moa and interacting with Yui with no game plan, no planned choreography, no blocking, completely just going with the moment, flying by the seat of their pants, and smiles, having fun doing it. I loved it when she put the mic, I believe that's Moa that's usually on stage, right? She took the mic and put it in front of Moa's face, and Moa just stood there like, what do you want me to do? That was so great. And then you heard Chad get on the mic and do the vocal line instead. That was fantastic. And then, you know, she went over to stage left to interact with what I believe is Yui, and they were just having fun engaging with each other and just rocking out with each other. Again, no planned choreography, no blocking, no game plan, just going out there and just having fun with it. How cool was that? It was fun to see them just being natural. It was fun to see. I wish we could see more of that. Again, I understand the point of the choreography. I do. I get it. It's the package. It's the Babymetal brand. I understand that. And I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm saying this. Maybe take a couple of songs and temper it with moments of free, you know, free form. Have fun with it. Just do what feels right. You know, for the next, you know, 64 measures, just improvise, you know, your movements and motions, but then come back to this point and get back into the groove of things. I would love to see stuff like that more often from them. I'm really hoping in the future we do. it was all well and good. It was all fun. It was all a great time to watch. And they did a fantastic job playing the songs, performing the songs. Great job. I would give the performance and the songs and everything else, I would give it around an 8.7, 8.8. So why the 9.0? And this has absolutely nothing to do with Babymetal. This has everything to do with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I talked about this at length during the course of the reaction, so I'm going to do my best to keep it short here. Red Hot Chili Peppers are the headliners. They don't have to pay attention to things like birthdays. They don't. They are not required. They are not contractually obligated to acknowledge the opening act's members' birthdays. They don't have to do that. They could skip right over it like most other mainliners, headliners will do. They took it a step beyond. Not only did they acknowledge that her birthday was the next day, it wasn't even that day, it was the next day. They went above and beyond, presented her with a cake, had a fun time with it, made a special moment. I'm sure a moment that Sue Metal will never forget in her lifetime. And they got the whole crowd to sing happy birthday to her. How cool is that? Talk about going above and beyond for your opening act, to make your opening act feel special. I cannot tell you how many headliners won't do that. They won't take the time. They won't put out the effort. They won't even acknowledge it. They don't even acknowledge their opening acts, usually. They don't. They'll come on, like, the opening acts will always acknowledge and thank the headliners for taking them on tour, and as well they should. But you very rarely will ever hear the headliners come out and acknowledge the opening act. It's rare, folks. It's extremely rare. And if you see a headliner that even acknowledges the opening act, you make sure you give that headliner a little more respect, because they don't have to. They are not contractually obligated. They do not need to. They don't get in trouble if they don't. They're the headliners, you know? So when you do find those headliner bands that do acknowledge the opening acts, give them some extra bonus points. And that's exactly what I did here. Mad respect for the Chili Peppers. My respect for them goes up just a little bit more every time I see them do stuff like this. And that's how we went from an 8.7 to a 9.0. Those bonus brownie points, man. Absolutely, they deserve it, every single bit of it. And that's why I'm giving this video the score of 9.0. I feel good with that score, and that is where we're going to stay. So, 9.0, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.